Hey, how's it going? I have a question for you. Do you smoke? No? Okay, good. Oh, sorry. I don't know how I confused no for yes. But, why do you smoke? 2 years ago today, I quit smoking, and it's one of the best decisions I've ever made in my life. And I've made a lot of bad decisions, and seldom good decisions. When I quit, I told myself it would suck, I would have a bad time, that I wouldn't be able to, that nothing would work, and that life just wouldn't be as good. Turns out that 2 years later, all of what I thought was wrong. Look, I'm not here to brag or anything, nor am I here to shame people who still smoke or who have just started smoking. I'm just here to tell you that smoking will kill you, and that you can quit before it kills you. I would never shame a smoker because I was one, because I understand the trap, because it's just really hard to quit, and that's part of the business model that tobacco companies have. Now, I've tried the patches, I've tried the gum, and I've tried to quit over half a dozen times, and this time it stuck. The only reason that it worked was because I really wanted to quit. I didn't want to die from smoking because that's kind of embarrassing and shameful itself, and it just didn't fit my lifestyle. I'm an active person who loves talking to their friends, and most of my friends don't smoke anymore. Just I switched circles, and my life just started getting more and more smoke-free, for lack of better words. Now that I've told you what I've tried, the last thing that I tried was to quit cold turkey. I also read the book, The Easy Way to Quit Smoking by Alan Carr, and I had read it before and it didn't really work for me, but this time it did. So I'll back up a little and bring you to the day that I quit smoking. I had just played volleyball, I had taken my bicycle back home, and I was out of breath. I love using my bicycle, I love playing sports, I didn't like not being able to breathe, and that's when I decided that this time was the last time. So I went to a park near my house, grabbed a cigarette, lit it up, told it something, I don't know what I said to the cigarette itself, just so I told it that I wouldn't want to meet it anymore. And then I took the rest of my pack and I broke every single cigarette up bit by bit and just dropped it on the floor. Now, I'm a little embarrassed about the fact that I littered all over the place and left it there, but I had just had enough. I just walked away, and to be honest, since then I haven't thrown a butt out. I've taken butts from the ground and put them in the garbage, so I've counteracted that a little and don't feel as bad about it, especially now that it's been 2 years that I've quit. Now, I'm not really one for astrology or anything like that, but Neil deGrasse Tyson can say whatever he wants about the alignment of the stars. That day it worked. I quit cold turkey. Sure, the first 3 days sucked. You want a cigarette every time you do anything, really, but then it gets better. Walking to the car, driving, anything you did that required a cigarette before, sure, you can chew gum, not the nicotine kind, because that'll perpetuate the cravings. Just gum, whatever your favorite flavor is. Replace your habits. I don't know how else to say it. Cigarettes are bad, okay? I wish I knew what else to tell you so that you can quit, but I can't tell you anything, because nobody could tell me anything. Girlfriends, parents, grandparents, friends, other members of my family all told me to quit, and I just couldn't. Every time I threw out a pack telling myself it would be the last one, a few hours later, a day later, 2 days later, a week later, I'd pick another one up and I'd be right back to smoking a pack to a pack and a half a day. I guess I could say this: when you smoke, whatever you're smoking, all you're doing is inhaling ashes. Now, I don't know if you remember classes in school when they told you about fire and that you had to stop, drop, and roll to get away from the smoke. Well, you're doing exactly the contrary. You're actually taking the smoke and putting it directly into your lungs. It's not really the fire that's going to kill you, it is the smoke. And in the long run, the cigarettes will do the same. We've all seen the videos where somebody inhales a cigarette and exhales through a cotton filter into a water bottle, into whatever, to show what's left of a cigarette after you exhale and what happens to a lung. There are also all those exhibits that show healthy lungs versus unhealthy lungs and the difference in inflation that they have, and that still won't stop smokers. The government has even mandated putting messages telling you that you're going to die from cigarette smoke on the packs, and still I didn't quit. We'd make jokes about the one that would cause impotence because we weren't impotent. It really didn't matter. There's a bunch of rationalizations that come into the addiction that is related to cigarette smoking. I guess the best thing that I'm trying to say is only you can keep you from smoking. I was the only one to stop me from smoking again, and I'm the only one responsible for me staying stopped. Quitting is easy, but staying quit is hard, and it'll take time and dedication and a lot of sad days where you want a cigarette, where you can't hang out with your friends, but in the end they're all worth it because you get so many more days that are full of life and enjoyment than the ones where you're jonesing for a cigarette. You are ashamed that you picked another one up when you told yourself for the last time, a million times in a row, that that would be the last one. I could keep going on for ages about the benefits, so I'm just gonna start with this little list. You can breathe better. You can smell better. You smell better because you can smell better. You can taste better. You can run faster. You don't have as many headaches. Coffee tastes better. Everything tastes better. You use less salt. You don't get cravings anymore. That's like the best part. And because I live in Canada, I don't have to stand outside in the cold when it's -40 just for 5 minutes shaking around while everybody huddles outside the door. I can just walk inside, have a break when I'm inside without needing to go have a smoke. My mouth doesn't taste like an ashtray, and I don't get that bubble that forms at the top of my lungs that prevents me from breathing in completely because of all the tar that's in my lungs. I'm not sure how to explain that exactly, but smokers will understand what I'm talking about. Okay. I'll stop. Listen, I'm not here to tell you to quit. You make your own decisions. I'm just here to tell you that sex is way better once you've quit. Like, I'm not special, okay, maybe a little special, but I'm no different from you. Anyone can quit smoking. It's a firm belief that I have. Anybody can quit. Just quit before you die from it. Now, I don't want to express my opinion on vaping and reducing nicotine content. I don't know enough about it, and it's too new of a phenomenon for me to really express my opinion on it. And I don't know where all these statistics are coming from. All I know is that quitting cold turkey worked for me, and personally I think vaping looks kind of silly because it's just white smoke and there's nothing coming from it. But if that's helping you quit smoking, go for it. And the same thing goes for the patches and the gum, even though I think they're just mild excuses that keep you in the cycle of cravings. It just perpetuates the craving, but in a different way. Like I've said at the beginning of the video, deciding to quit, quitting, and staying quit are 3 different things, and all 3 of them have to happen in order for you to get where I am today. Do you remember the list of benefits I just told you about a while ago? I'll put it back up here. Now do you remember it? You can do it too, I promise you. It's not going to be easy, but it's definitely going to be worth it. I reap the benefits every day. If you're having difficulty with it, visit my website poorbrainporn.ca and contact me. We'll see if we can work together, or if I can point you in the right direction. I would love to help you to quit. And before I say goodbye, remember that you can quit too. You're worth it. It's going to be difficult, but you can totally do it. Ciao!